talk to you about today.
Welcome back to Good Day New York. You're looking at Amy Morin. She did this TEDx talk on mental strength. It's one of the most popular of all time with almost, 9 million views.
And the international best-selling author has written a new book. It is called 13 Things Mentally Strong Women Don't Do. Own your power, channel your confidence, and find your authentic voice for a life of meaning and joy. And Amy joining us this morning. Amy, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You wrote a book already about parents, what strong parents do and strong people do. So was it just a natural to then switch about 13 things that strong women don't do?
Yeah, there was, I got so many questions from women and from moms or from parents who said, how do I raise strong daughters?
Yeah.
And I just wanted to, in today's world, there's so many examples of, say, Navy SEALs who exemplify mental toughness. I wanted to show what does it look like to be a strong woman.
So how did you get into this business? I want to go back a little bit. What got you on the radar?
So I was a therapist, thinking that I was going to talk to other people about mental strength based on what I learned in college. But I went through a series of losses in my life. My mother passed away suddenly, and then 3 years to the day that my mother died, my 26-year-old husband died of a heart attack. And a few years after that, my father-in-law was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And I wrote a letter to myself about what mentally strong people don't do. Decided to publish it online, sort of on a whim. And then it resonated, and 50 million people read that letter. But nobody knew at the time that it was a letter to myself, because I, too, struggled with those things.
Do we have the tendency to sort of wallow in self-pity and say, why me, and maybe compare ourselves to other people? Those are kind of things that sort of don't allow you to progress.
Yes, and sometimes it just takes one bad habit to hold you back, to keep you stuck. So I really just wanted to say all of your good habits aren't going to be that effective unless you get rid of the bad habits that are holding you back.
So let's talk about some of the things that mentally strong women don't do.
Right.
The first one is they don't compare themselves to other people. Why don't they?
Comparisons that make us feel bad. Studies will show sometimes men compare themselves to other men and they feel inspired, like I could do that too. When women look at other women who tend to be more attractive or wealthier, we tend to think, gosh, I'll never be like that, and we feel bad about ourselves.
And is that also, I mean, I've seen your TEDx talk where you talk about looking at Facebook pages.
Yes.
You know, and they seem to have the perfect life, the perfect, vacation, the perfect everything.
Right.
Those are things that can also bring you down.
Absolutely, and we tend to think other people are doing better, and then we think, gosh, why isn't my life like that?
All right, let's talk about the second thing. They don't insist on perfection.
There's a big difference between setting a bar high and having high expectations and thinking that you have to be perfect. When you think everything has to be perfect, you won't try something new because what if you fail? Or you'll have trouble getting things done because you'll think this isn't good enough. And it really holds you back. It backfires. It's sort of the ironic twist about being a perfectionist.
What about they don't put others down to lift themselves up?
Sometimes it's tempting and to do that, to say, well, if I call this person out, point out their flaws and their mistakes, somehow I'll elevate myself. But we know that that holds all of us back as women. When you say, I'm not like other women, as a way to try to separate yourself from the pack so you can move ahead, that hurts us all in the end.
What about they don't stay silent?
This one is really about how to find your voice, how to speak up. And there's two parts to it. Sometimes it's about trauma. And that's not to say you always have to go to the authorities or you always have to speak up to somebody who took advantage of you. But just tell someone, whether it's a friend, a professional. But it's because harboring deep secrets drains you of mental strength. Another part is just speaking up, say in a business meeting. We know that women don't talk as much as men do. So to find your voice and know that it's okay to make your voice heard.
And they don't feel bad about reinventing themselves. And you even did that after the loss of your husband in many ways and finding new love.
Right. And so it's really about knowing that in different chapters of your life, different facets of your personality come out, different seasons of your life. But I think as women, sometimes we get stuck in certain labels or we think we can't let out different parts of our personality. But it's okay to do that, to change course in your personal and your professional life.
Well, we all go through ups and downs.
Yes.
And my mom was always stay strong. So this is one way to stay strong, right?
Yes, just give up the bad habits that hold you back and move forward to become a mentally stronger woman.
So nice to meet you. The book is out right now. It's called
13 Things Mentally Strong Women Don't do.
All the best to you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
Amy.
days.